Ugh. Hey guys. Alright, so this past 2 weeks was a big update. So 3.5 months we're at. Um my voice is starting to get lower. I think you probably can hear that. Let me move my mic a little bit closer so then you can also hear me better. Let me put it right here. There we go. So I'm having voice cracks now. My voice can't really handle doing the higher pitches that I used to speak at. I actively am trying to speak lower because of the fact that I get so many voice cracks. Definitely not a fan of voice cracks. um, it does kind of suck because, like, I am a bit of a singer and stuff, so I have to retrain my voice on how to sing, and it's nice to notice what artists now I can sing lower than, because before, when I would sing, for example, Linkin Park, I could only sing if I really pushed it as low as Mike Shinoda. But like Chester, the way he sings, he would be where I would be comfortable singing, so I would usually try to sing Chester's parts. So that's a bit of a change and a difference and stuff that I've noticed. Um, and then, yeah, I can sing as low as Mike Shinoda comfortably now. And I can actually go deeper than him as well. So that's nice. And so I am trying to, like, use singing as my way of training myself to speak lower, which is definitely helpful because I'm able to be like, okay, well, um, this is where I used to be able to sing. This is where I'm now singing. There's some sea shanties that I'm sitting there, like, still struggling to sing as low as, but that's okay. I might not get my voice that low, but who knows? Maybe I will. But that's fun, and I love the voice change for sure because I've always loved deep voices, and then, like, hearing myself with a deep voice is a lot more like, it feels good. So there's that. And then going into anatomy, the clitoris has been a bit uncomfortable. It's definitely getting a little bit longer as well, but it's when you look at it, like, if you were to look at it in a mirror or something, you probably wouldn't really notice it. But like, when I know I mentioned in the last video, underwear fitting a little tightly around there, so it's a little uncomfortable still, and sometimes, like, I'll be just like mind my own business, and then suddenly I get like a really sharp pain in it, and I'm like, oh god, ow, what the fuck? And it kind of feels like someone took a needle and just like stabbed it straight through, like I was getting a piercing or something, and it's like, ow, what the fuck? So that's uncomfortable, but it's whatever, it happens. I am throwing away some of like my underwears now because I don't get my periods anymore, which is really nice. And I'm very happy about that because fuck periods. Those shits suck ass. Honestly, if people didn't want to have their periods, I feel like they should just like give them a very low dose of testosterone so then they don't have to go through the monthly bullshit of fucking periods. I feel like that could be something in the future. I don't, if you keep the dose low enough, you probably won't experience too much body changes. You may get a little bit of fuzz on your upper lip, but I don't think it'll do too much, but who knows? Maybe it will. Um, I just feel that there should be some alternative other than like having something stuck up inside you or like getting a shot or like condoms or a pill. So, I don't know. I feel like there should be some sort of other alternative to being able to get rid of a period. I don't know. Just thoughts that I've thought about. Which, I mean, if they were to go on to T, maybe they would still have to be doing weekly injections or something, so that would be possibly annoying for them. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Let's see. So, the reason why last week was chaotic was after I did my injection, I got a really bad swollen spot right here, and I didn't take a picture this time, but it was like this big red all the way around. I don't know how well you can see it. My camera, my microphone might be in the way, but it was like this big all the way around, and it had like kind of a simmered off red on the edges, and then it had the deep dark red in the center closer to where the injection site was, and it also did become hard where the injection site was. So that kind of really sucked, and I'm sitting there like, yo, this is getting like to the point that it's getting really bad. So I was like, okay, I messaged my Planned Parenthood doctor because I go through Planned Parenthood. I don't have a designated doctor because I haven't gotten one since I moved to Maine. Um, I did when I was in Mass, and even if I was still in Mass, that doctor had left actually. So either way, I wouldn't really have a doctor right now. I'm not very good at like keeping a primary doctor. I've never been one that really has a primary doctor. And like I actually like how Planned Parenthood functions it. They just keep track of like what you need to do and keep updated on. And so I scheduled an appointment for all the update shots and vaccines and stuff that they possibly want me to do. So that's good. And so I messaged the doctor, sent them a picture. Actually, I probably could pull the picture I had, sent them off of there to show you guys, which I probably will do. I'll have you look at it in the next clip. Um, and so, yeah, that's what it looks like. And it was not comfortable. It was itchy as hell. It was very not comfortable. I was not feeling masculine that week, so I think possibly the inflammation was making it hard for the testosterone to go into my body and let it absorb it as well. So I was feeling very, very feminine, and that was not very comfortable either. And so they responded on the MyChart app, and they were like, yeah, we want you to go see a doctor or at least meet with somebody virtually, which they do virtual visits with doctors, which is very helpful because if I was to drive all the way to Portland for a doctor's appointment, that would suck ass. Every single time, which is an hour away from me. So that is sucky. So I did a virtual visit with the doctor, and that was also my refill week as well, to go into the pharmacy and grab my refills and stuff. So I asked them for the smaller needles, which was this little guy. I needed more of these. So I went in there, I'm like, I need needles, and I'm hoping to get a refill on that. And so they were like, okay, we can, we'll get that for you. And I was like, okay, would I be able to get that today? And they were like, you need that today? And I was like, no, I can come back tomorrow. And she's like, okay, I'll have it for you tomorrow. So the pharmacist or the pharmacy techs were not very nice to me, and it persisted throughout the week. And so I'm dealing with like this uncomfortable feeling here. And then I went in the next day and I asked them if they had it ready. They gave me just the needles. And I'm sitting there like, there's supposed to be testosterone as well. And they were like, oh, okay. It doesn't look like the insurance covers it. And I was like, what the hell? I don't understand why my insurance wouldn't cover it. And so I left, and then I came back again the next day, and I was like, I'd like to get my testosterone. And they were like, oh, well, you're going to have to contact your doctor. And so I did. And that was like that night before that I did that because I was getting irritated with them. And this is not the first time I've had issues with pharmacies. So I was going in there, and I was asking, like, where is it? My doctor said it should be here. And they were like, oh, well, your insurance only covers 5 refills or something. And I was like, trying to think back to how many refills I had. And I was like, I don't think I made it to 5. So that's kind of confusing. But let's see. If I'm getting it every other week. I made it to 3 weeks or 3 months. And so, yeah, that's like 6 refills. So they would have done 1/5. So that's really fucking weird that they were like, oh, you only get 5. And it's like, you guys actually gave me 6, so you already fucked up if that's the case. And so then I managed to contact my doctor, and my doctor was like, okay, we'll contact them. And so then I went in again, or I called this time because I was pissed off with fucking going in and wasting my gas and my time to drive all the way there and then get told, no, they don't have it. So I was like, what the hell? And not only that, every single time I went in there, the pharmacy tech was rude as hell to me. Like, they were just refusing to try to give me stuff, and then, like, you could see in their face that they were very uncomfortable with me being trans. And then they were like also just like super defensive against like me trying to get my hormones. And they were like very snippety about it as well, and very short with me. And I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? Like, why are you being so fucking rude? And like, it's literally me making it so your fucking pharmacy can stay in business. And so I contact my doctor, and after I had the virtual meeting, which she also did the 6 month consultation thing with me instead of waiting another 3 months. She was like, you know what, if you're seeming like you're liking it right now, I'm just gonna like check in with you, see what kind of body changes you're having, and I'm just gonna write it for another 6 months or something. So she was like, yeah, you're fine. And so now I have refills for up until I think it's March. So they also prescribed ones that would be you have 1 vial for 3 months, and then you go in, get a refill, and that's the other 3 months. So I was telling my doctor about this inflammation and stuff as well, and she was like, yeah, I've noticed that like with that type specifically, the stuff they preserve it in is something that makes the reaction like really kind of not very good for them, and they get like this kind of swollen allergic reaction a little bit, or like just not a well not a very good reaction kind of thing. So yeah, that kind of sucked. Hi, you want to sit in my lap? What's up? Okay. And so I was telling her about this, and I was telling her that the pharmacy was being really rude to me, and she was like, okay. And I was like, I want to switch to a different pharmacy. So yes, I did what I said I probably wasn't gonna do, switch back to Walgreens. And it's not the same Walgreens I had an issue with the very first time. So I switched to a different Walgreens, but it's on the same road as that Hannaford's that I was going to. I'm not going back to that Hannaford's because there are a bunch of fucking bitches there. So, and they're fucking being rude as hell, and I'm not comfortable going in there and interacting with people who are gonna act like that with me. So, yeah. Hi. And so then my doctor said that she was going to send it over to the Walgreens. And before the last time I went into the Hannaford's, no, before the second to last time I went into the Hannaford's, I went into the Walgreens because I was already talking with the pharmacy techs and stuff, saying that I wanted to switch pharmacies to the Walgreens on that same road. And they were like, okay, we can do that. So I went into the Walgreens first, and I was like, hi, I'm just checking to see if you like have my prescription. And the lady checked her whatever it is they need to check for it, and she said your name and number and stuff is in the system, but there's nothing here for you. And I was like, great. And so I drove over to the Hannafords and then had to go through the whole no, we don't have it again bullshit. And I was like, great, okay, great. And that's when I called the next day and stuff, and then went in again and then actually got the refill, in which they actually gave me a whole month supply instead of just 2 weeks supply, which kind of sucks now because I needed to fully switch the medications because apparently I'm having reactions to it. And that was after me going from the green one to a red one again. So it's like, come on, guys, why the heck do you keep switching it up? That's possibly also why I'm having such issues with it, because they keep changing the brands or something, and my body can't regulate being used to it. And it's like, come on. But it was frustrating, and that whole week was chaotic, and that was the first week that I started really switching over to like day shift, and then the end of the week I'm still night shift. So I have the first 3 days of the week that I'm working days, and then the last 2 days I'm working nights. So I was trying to also adjust my sleep schedule to being awake for a daytime schedule, not just sleeping through the whole entire morning. So I was also dealing with the stress that your body goes through when you change your sleep schedule. So on top of like my hormones not properly getting absorbed into my body, and then having like inflammation, and pharmacy being assholes, this was like a whole fucking mess and a half. And so that weekend I ended up getting so fucking depressed because I was like sitting there and I was working on trying to be um you're a nut. Trying to stay calm and like keep a level head and stuff, and like not trying to freak out because I couldn't get my medication and my hormones. So I'm like freaking out about all that. And then finally the weekend came around and I almost didn't even want to take my hormones because I was so depressed, which was a really weird experience to have since I started tea, because I haven't really been this level of depressed. And which happily, my past patterns of whenever I would be depressed is I would become depressed, but then I would also kind of have a fluctuation of suicidal thoughts as well. So depression and suicidal stuff came in together. It's like they were always a married pair. And so that happily stopped in March of this year, once it was my mom's and my birth date month, but it was also her first passing of her birthday without her being alive. So I around that time I quit my job and I took the whole month to myself and just focused on myself. I went back into school. I started training to be a yoga teacher again, and I just really went inwards to try to heal myself because I was self-destructive all after since my mom's passing, because I started at Walgreens, which I worked at Walgreens, and I had a shopping addiction at the time, and so I actually spent more than I made, and that was a huge damaging effect on myself. And so this whole summer has been me trying to clean that up, and then like her surgery kind of put that all back on my card, which fucking sucks because it feels like I did nothing. But at least my student loans are getting paid off, so that's good. And so then Da, 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 da. Yeah, so I had this kind of depression come up, and since this was usually a married pair, to feel just the depression without the suicide was a very, very weird experience. Like I have not been suicidal except for like a blep here and there since my since March of this year. So that's good. And the little bleps were only because of the fact that it was her paper death date coming by, and I just was not in a good headspace. I was not doing very well, and so and then that was also around the same time that my coworker flipped out on me, the one that I told you about, the one that slammed the door in my face. That also triggered my suicidal thoughts to come back up, but then I was able to kind of like dissipate it by listening to the Gita, which is a spiritual textbook. And I dissipated it, but then I could feel myself trying to plan. So like once I go home, I want this, and this to happen, and I was like, okay, we're not gonna do that. We're not letting this to take hold anymore. So I'm still in the active process of breaking the habit, but I think I did really well with this past time that the suicidal thoughts came back up, and I actually dissipated it a lot faster than I've ever been able to in my past. And honestly, I don't really see it ever really coming back up again too much. And if it does, I'll probably be able to handle it equally as well, especially since I have evidence now that I was able to handle it. So, like, I told my friend that I wanted to talk with him on the phone. Once I come home, I'm really not doing well. He called me, we talked, and then I had another friend who came and slept over the night, which is Ayla. She's gonna be my roommate. Um, so she was there for me, and it was very helpful. And we just kind of hung out, and that was nice. So that's the last time that I felt suicidal, and I haven't since. But again, back to the depression, to feel depression without the suicidal ties to it was very weird because I've never had that. It's always been a married pair for me. And so it was just basically I sat around all weekend doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. I am lucky I actually ate too, though, because, like, I was having a hard time, like, just existing. Like, I was so tired. And the first day, I luckily had a 3-day weekend um, because of Hurricane Lee, which ended up just being a mellow, mellow, mellow thing. And literally just knocked over my thermometer gauge for outside to check how warm it is. And I was sitting there like, okay, that's it. But it was nice because we got the day off, and it was like kind of it was supposed to be a paid day off, but I don't know if that is going to be a paid day off. Who knows? That's what we were told. But who knows? And so yeah, I had a 3-day weekend. The first day I slept 14 hours. 14 straight hours. I've never slept that long. Yes, I have. It's just been a while since I have. And the second day I slept 12 hours, which when I woke up after the 14 hours, I'm sitting there and I felt drugged. I felt really out of it. And I was sitting there like the whole entire time. I'm like, I just want to go back to bed as I like force myself to watch like 6 hours worth of TV. And I'm sitting there like, I just want to go to bed. And I did end up finding like edibles in my fridge, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot about these. And I took it because I was like, I just wanted to sleep, so edibles usually knock me the fuck out. So I took some edibles, and then I went back to bed, and that's why I probably slept the 12 hours, and why I also slept the 14 hours. And then on the third day, I slept 10 hours. So I was very well rested after that weekend. And so then I continued on with my new work schedule of 3 days being day and then 2 days being night. And it was interesting because my boss was like, all right, 2 of the 3 days that I was working days, she was like, you're boss today, so everything's in your control, which is fine because it's really mellow there, so I'm able to handle it well. And it was just interesting because I got to sit there and like tell people what to do, and so like I'm training to be a shift lead, which I'm not going to be officially the shift lead until I come back in February. So they're going to lay me off for 3 months, which is fine because then I get to focus back on my yoga studies because I haven't fully completed them yet. And then I also, my goodness.
You're so cute. Oh. You have so much energy. Look at you. Yeah. Oh my. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And then I had a UK friend, United Kingdom, who's been kind of giving me some advice on like some remote jobs that I possibly could get involved in, which is great because if I'm going to be living on a boat, that's kind of how I've been wanting to have a job. If I'm going to have a job, it to be remote, and then I have Wi-Fi on my boat that connects directly to the satellites, and then I'll have a water filtration system so I can just drink ocean water, and then I will have solar panels. That was the third thing. There we go. And so this is like slowly becoming more and more of a reality for me, and it's great because my student loans are almost gone. I got 2 of the 3 paid off, and the last one's the biggest one, so it's going to take a little bit more, but we're getting there, and it's feeling more freeing. And fun fact, the more you pay off shit, and the more things come forward and they're like, hey, you want some loans of some shit? You want some new credit cards? And you're like, no, go away. I paid this shit off to get rid of it. I don't want more bullshit. And then it's like, you can do payment plans and this and that and the other thing. And I fucking hate payment plans. Like, I just want to pay it off as fucking fast as I want to. I don't want to sit there and pay off this bare minimum. No, I want to get rid of it as quickly as possible. So, I don't know. I can see how it's beneficial for some people, but I find it incredibly irritating. And so, I think, so when I was talking with my doctor in the meeting, I'm all over the place right now. My brain's moving 500 miles a minute or something. I think it was like vegetable glycerin or something that the testosterone was preserved in, which is funny because when I was doing I was doing that little bit of hormone research and stuff about like what's bad for testosterone in the body and stuff and can turn it back into estrogen. That's like one of the big no-no stuff. And I'm sitting there like, huh, I can see why my body don't like it. So that was interesting to kind of find out. And so this other one, I don't remember exactly what it's in, but I know it's not like a vegetable glycerin or something. It's something different. And so this is, let me show you what the little box dude, little boxy dude, testosterone and enothane. And so this is it. This is all you get. You get this one little box. It's 3 months supply. And you get this big old chunky vial. And we got a little read about thing. So let me put that away. And so when I went into Walgreens to grab this, the lady also kind of seemed a little uncomfortable at first, and then she also had the pharmacist ask me if I was pregnant. Which I haven't had sex in over a year, so I'm sitting there like, definitely not. So, there's that. And so, that was kind of fun. Ooh, long paper, long boy, long boy. Alright, let's see. Is this all in English? Alright, so let's see. Description. Wait, I wonder if the box actually tells you what is in it. 68 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit is the best storage temperature for this guy. Well, I have no idea how warm it is in here right now. But it also says that you should probably warm it in between your palms beforehand, so just kind of like that kind of thing. And let's see. So it's got a cute little itty bitty diagram right here, which is kind of fun. I love little chemistry pictures like that. It's always fun. Oh, also, when I was going into the Walgreens, while I was interacting with her, after she asked the pharmacist, and the pharmacist asked me if I was like pregnant and stuff, and I was like, definitely not. And she was like, okay, good. Her whole mood changed. She was a lot more like open and social with me, and she was like complimenting my dog because I brought Honey in her little satchel thing that I carry her in, and it was great, and she was a lot more comfortable to interact with because she seemed a lot more joyful and happy. And like when I go to a pharmacy, that's kind of the type of interaction I hope to have, not like someone just being like, what's your name, what's your birthday, oh, here you go, have a nice day. Like, it's so cold. And so like this person actually trying to have a conversation with me and like just shoot the shit or something. Like, it was nice because that just doesn't fucking happen very often. And so it was just a lot better, I think. And let's see. What else was I gonna add? Yes, okay. So, my doctors also on Planned Parenthood told me about this app that's called GoodRx, literally spelled GOODRX. And there's two of them. There's one that has like a yellow little like icon, and then another one. The other one is not the one that you want to use. You want to use the yellow one, and then you can make like a free little account or something, and then you can save coupons for getting your RX stuff. And it was great because I was able to look up specifically this name, and I found a coupon because originally it was going to be like $70 with I don't know if the insurance was covering it or helping out on that price because of the fact that I got my medication last week. So I'm not sure, but there's that. But I'm so happy to have like 3 months supply because now that saves me like time and gas. Thank goodness, because I fucking hated having to go out every 2 weeks to just get a fucking new vial. Or 2 new vials. Which I'm gonna keep the ones that they gave me just in case I do run out of this before it's 3 months, which I don't think I should. There's like a good chunk in there. Yeah, I definitely should not run out of that. But I'm just gonna keep that on hand just in case, even if it is something that I react to not very greatly. But once those expire, obviously I'll chuck them out. But yeah, I showed them the coupon. They entered it into their system. It dropped it down to like $35. So it went from so it dropped it like literally in half. Actually, no, it was $32. And then of course, Walgreens with their coupons and shit. And, like, obviously, if I needed to come back before, let's see, next weekends or something. Yeah, because it was a coupon for 9:30, or the expiration was 9:30. So they gave you your little, like, $5 coupon or whatever the fuck. So that's nice because now I have that. And also, you can build rewards points on there as well. So it's like, potentially, I could be making money to pay for my prescriptions. So I don't know. Walgreens has it a little bit more better formatted, I think. And also, the prescriptions you get at Walgreens are cheaper originally, because if you go to Hannaford's, they're like 10, sometimes even $20 more if for the prescriptions and stuff. And I knew this originally when I was going to Hannaford's, which is why the very first time I was trying to get testosterone, I was trying to go through Walgreens, and I worked there, so I was like, okay, this is fine. But my coworkers did not support me being trans, so that's why I never was able to get my testosterone at that point. So then, like, 3 months passed, and then I finally was able to just contact my doctors and be like, yo, what the fuck? And they also sent me a bill for, like, my visits and stuff, and I was really mad about it because I was like, I literally didn't get anything out of that. And so I paid the bill, but I was also very mad about it. And so then I started on this whole journey that you guys have seen. So that was like a little bit of the backstory of that. I'm not sure if I covered that in the first video, but I haven't watched it for a bit, and I don't remember what I said. But yeah, so now I got a chunky boy, and this guy will be my friend, and he lasts until the second month of 2024. So I am good. And it's supposed to be like a slight yellow color, as per usual. It even has a little bit of a description for males in here as well. Yeah, it's just talking about having it for replacement therapy. Has a description for females. Oh, apparently people with cancer can also use it. How about that? That's pretty much all it says about that, though. I wonder if there's anything for, like, trans therapy in here. Well, either way, let's see. It does have a little overdosage thing. There has been no reports of acute overdosage with androgens. Well, that's good. That's a good sign. No overdosage. Alright. Nothing that I don't already kind of know. Alrighty, so my alcohol and my Q-tip. Let's see, how's my belly looking? Alright, so yeah, you can even see a little bit, like, from the previous dosage that I did. Like, this is the previous one right there. This is like the heat rash. That was the time before it. So I'm gonna be stuck for doing up here, because, yeah, I have bruising. Yeah, even the skin feels like a little bit, like, rough. Yeah, it's not as soft as it is up here. The mole I cut off. I have a little scar there now. It's fine. But yeah, I'm getting a little bit more hair on my belly right here now. A little happy trail. Oh yeah, and then also during the week that all the chaos was happening with pharmacy and work schedule changing, it was hot as hell. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened, but, like, it was so hot. Like, it felt like it was the middle of summer again, and I was sitting there like, yo, I got teased with a little bit of fall weather, and now you're bringing in some fucking hot as hell weather. Like, I had to turn every single fan on in this damn house, and I'm sitting there like, I'm dying, it's so hot. Oh, it was bad. It was bad. And so, because of that, actually, I think that was. No, it continued. So it started the week that I recorded my last video because I think I talked about that in it. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. But that was a hot week. And so from it, I had the heat rashes. Yeah, I definitely talked about that in my last video. And then I also got a little bit of like back knee. So back acne. Like, that's why I keep also like kind of rubbing my back right now because I'm like picking at it, which I'm trying not to do because like if you pick at it, it's gonna spread. But yeah, it's like I think it's only in my upper back. Let me feel. Yeah, so it's from about here to here, and that's where I like sweat the most when I'm hot. So sweat causing some stuff like that. I also, since I was in a bad depression last weekend, I haven't showered. And I'm due for a shower for this week now, but I'm sitting there like, oh boy, I need a shower because, like, if I shower, this is going to go away on my back. That's usually how it goes. Because I have very good body wash that I use that doesn't have any sulfates. It's of all natural type, so that's good. And I have gotten like some dry skin here and here, which I don't know if it's extra shiny in that area, but I do have chapped lips right now because it has gotten cold again, and it's also very dry, but it has been raining today, so it's not as dry, but yeah, it's been dry, and my nose sometimes during the winter gets like these dry patches on the corner here, and then I pick at it because I'm like, I hate dry skin, and I pick at it, and then it gets worse because then it gets redder, and then it spreads. It's a whole process. But if that's why it looks a little bit shiny right now, that's why. And then my upper lip is chapped as fuck. Like I have dryness all along the top outer edge. My mustache is coming in a little bit more. It's thicker. When I go and take some selfies, I can see a little bit of like a shadow in this area now. And I'm like, oh, I didn't do makeup and I didn't need to do that. So that's nice. And so, yeah, a little bit of mustache going on here. Sorry, I keep getting distracted by my doorknob over there because I can see reflections in it, and I'm like, oh, doorknob. It's a very clean doorknob. I did a good job cleaning this doorknob. Ding dong. Boy. Alright. So, one of these times I'll film doing my thigh. Let's see. I do have a little bit of a scar right here, and then I do have a little bit of a scar here and here from my 3 past ones that I've done. No. Yes. 3 past ones on my legs. But it was also because during that hot week, because of how hot I was, some of the injections where they were getting really itchy and stuff. So I think the sweat possibly also contributed to it. But then, like, once it had that reaction right here, I was like, nah, that's more than just sweat, like, affecting it. It's, like, more than that. So, yippee! And so, my doctor previously was telling me not to poke these kinds of things more than once, but apparently I'm going to be doing that. So I probably should keep this in like some sort of clean area where it's not going to get too affected. But yeah. Belly. I'm just looking at it. Alright, so put that over there. Get my stuff.
Hey, Bean.
It's always slightly intimidating looking at the purple one because that's so thick. And it's like terrifying looking at that tip. Look at that tip. That's like terrifying. Oh, let me warm this up first. Let me put this back into that little tube thing. Warming it up. Warming it up. Warming it up. Okay. Apparently I was talking too high again. My voice was like, excuse me, you're not allowed to talk high pitched anymore. And I'm sitting there like, okay.
Hi, Beanie. What you doing? You're being a loner all the way over there. She's like, I was trying to play earlier, and you were not trying to play.
You were all distracted. Ooh, I can feel how warm it is.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Warm, 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 warm. My hands are cold a little bit, so I'm sure it's probably around the temperature it needs to be, so that's fine. Alrighty. Oh. Almost forget that. I almost forget that a lot. Alright. Le pokey. Oh wow. I can literally stick it all the way in and it's still submerged. Alright. Deep. I'll pull it down to 3 because that's a big ass bubble. Okay. I wonder if that lid, where did I just put that lid? I threw it in here. Can I put this lid back on? Is that something that can happen? No, no, it's not. Poops. Well, maybe I can tape it down or something. I'll get a piece of tape and then tape it down so it can like keep it extra clean or something. Because I don't want to like have that get dirty. Plus they also didn't really give me like the little bottle like things that Hannaford's would give me. So I definitely want to try to like keep that as clean as possible. Tissue. Get it up into the syringe needle part. Actually, I'm gonna do it like this so then any potential bubbles just go out. Go. Cool. Alright. Let me swab my belly one last time before I do this. Make sure it's extra clean. good to go. I'll just breath a little bit more comfortably. So that was kind of awkward. This shirt is a little bit loose. There we go. Apparently I'm not very comfortable with it at the moment. Bro. Come on. I'm used to doing this when I'm tired, so I'm usually like not thinking about it too hard. But now I'm awake and I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. Bro, there's also a bubble in there. Shit. That's a big ass bubble too. Oh, it's a good thing I didn't do anything then. It's a stupid fucking bubble. Stupid fucking bubble. I even held you upright. It's not even going out. I hate these bubbles. If I do it like that, right? Get out of there, bro. Damn, that's a huge ass bubble. I fucking hope that don't go fucking into me. Well, if it's not going out of the syringe at all, then it's not gonna go into me. That's a good point. Just talking to myself, making sure I'm comfortable. Bro, come on. I don't feel that at all. Besides the needle, I did not feel that at all. That was nice. I didn't feel that at all. It's coming back out a little bit, and this bubble is still in there, so I'm good. Fuck you, bubble. It smells different too. I think it might be involved with the warming up a little bit too. Oh my so I naturally have a unibrow. My unibrow's been growing in darker now and I'm like, great. That's the one thing that I do not like. I don't mind hair anywhere else on my body, although I don't really want chest hair. So chest hair and unibrow hair are the two things that I don't really want. But like mustache, sideburns, all of that is great. I can definitely see myself eventually being like a goth boy like Andy Biersack or something, because like Andy Biersack's hot as fuck. Um, yeah, super fun. Um,
What you doing, Beanie? You taking a nap? Baby. Hi, cutie. Oh, look at you. What you doing? You're adorable. Did you know that?
that looks good. Let's see, what temperature did this thing say it to keep it at again? It was like 70 or something like that. Maybe it said it. Oh, it said it on the box. 68 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit, which is, if you are a Celsius person, 20 degrees to 25 degrees Celsius. I need to work on understanding Celsius better. I am a Fahrenheit knowledgeable person. I don't think I'm gonna understand it until I start experiencing it. Whoa, I just cracked my whole entire spine. I hope I didn't just fuck it up. Alright, I'm gonna go grab a piece of tape. I'll be right back. And I'm gonna tape that. And I'm also gonna grab one of those, things to keep it inside of. I wanna make sure it stays safe. Alright, so here's my tape. It looks like he's wearing a little hat. Alright, and got my keep it nice and safe. There we go. Just like that. And I'm not going back to Hannaford's ever again. Alright, so the last one I had was testosterone cypionate. CYPIONATE. And then this one is testosterone ethylate. So it's ENANTHAN. I spelled that wrong. My brain's putting letters where there shouldn't be. Hello, dyslexia. ENANTHATE. There we go. Yeah. So far, after the first injection of ethynate versus cypionate, I didn't feel any burning. It didn't feel uncomfortable, besides the needle. And I'm having a little bit of anxiety about it, hence why I was struggling with the needle, because I was like, is it gonna burn? Is it gonna feel worse? Is it gonna sit there with all the negative thoughts? But hey, it was better. I'm happy with it. Probably gonna just shove this into here so then I know that this is this one. It fits. There we go. Just like that. And yeah, there's a feeling. I'm feeling warmth and a dull ache. A dull ache. Yep. And when I tense up the muscles in my stomach, I can feel it a little bit more. The dull ache, that is. Let's see. Well, it looks red. But it's not doing what the other one was doing, so keep you guys updated on that. You'll hear about it next time. I'm gonna start keeping notes so that way I don't miss anything, and then I can also get it in synchronicity or synchronized order and stuff. Synchronized. There we go. Synchronized order. Too many words that sound the same. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. It means a lot to me to have your support. Sorry again for posting. 3-month mark has been the most changes and updates that I've felt that have been like most noticeable. Like the mustache for sure is definitely the most noticeable. Hair starting to thicken up in some areas. Also pubic hair down below here is getting thicker again. It's kind of like re-going back through puberty. You don't say. But yeah, leave me comments, like, subscribe if you want to find me on my other socials. Look in the links down below. I linked them all there. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this. It means a lot, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. But I'm also thinking of doing a recipe video because I made a bomb fucking meal today. So I was thinking that I'm gonna make it again and I'm gonna film it and be like, yeah, this is the good parts of it. I did make too much of it though, so yeah. So I'm hoping that yeah, that brain fart. Woo! Okay, just gonna end the video now. Bye guys.